Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel, weekday mornings on CBS.
I'm Clarice.
Are you famous?
Sort of.
You've got iron in your veins, darling.
I don't like this, Clarice.
I am trying to find out how deep this goes.
Buffalo Bill can't seem to let you go.
Just doing my job.
When our Social Security disability clients come to our office, they tell us the government said, "I don't believe you. You're not disabled."
When it's you against the government, you want an experienced attorney.
One who believes in your case, who believes in you.
Most people who apply for benefits are initially denied.
To fight back, you need Kentucky courage.
Call 1-800-55-WILDCAT. Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer. There's no fee unless you win benefits.
Start your morning off with motivation, education, and inspiration. Join Glenn Lundy live on Facebook at 5:30 a.m. or watch The Rise and Grind Show at #RiseAndGrind.
Beat the traffic on your commute with Live Drive Traffic. Mornings on WKYT. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. I'm Sam Dick.
And I'm Amber Philpott, and we are on an hour earlier today. Another major winter storm is hitting the state right now.
Warnings are out from Paducah to Pikeville. Most of the state is still covered in ice and snow from last week. This is drone video from the Hamburg area from earlier today. Road conditions have gone down since then and will get worse throughout the night. It is a First Alert Weather Day. Our Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey joins us. Chris, late this morning, I thought Winchester Road was fairly drivable, but then a few hours later, it had really kind of iced up.
Yeah,
like pellets almost.
Absolutely. We started to get the sleet and a bit of a freezing rain mix, and that is the current trend right now in Lexington. So as you mentioned there in the setup, that road conditions are going downhill very, very quickly. Take a look at what we are dealing with now. This is downtown Lexington. The good part about what is happening right now, and I know you're looking at these roads and thinking, what good part are we seeing out of this, is that we're getting some sleet now as opposed to just pure freezing rain. Freezing rain is what's going to stick to power lines, what's going to accumulate on trees. It could bring power lines and trees down. Sleet just bounces around, and if anything, it gives you a little more traction on the road. That's the crunchy part. That's what we're seeing into downtown. I see some wet snowflakes that are mixed in there from time to time as well. So it's a battle of precipitation types. 22 is the current temperature. Winds out of the northeast at 14, so it feels like 9 degrees right now with sleet, snow, and freezing rain falling here in Lexington. My buddy meteorologist Adam Burniston is out on the roads right now. And Adam, what are you seeing out there? You're on Nicholasville Road.
Yeah, we've been on Nicholasville Road here going kind of from the northern edge of Jessamine County, now getting past New Circle further downtown. And as you can see from our shot, the driving lanes are hardly clear anymore. About 10 minutes ago, it was much better than this, and even that wasn't great. So very slow driving conditions out here currently, mostly just a sleet, I've noticed, at least on this side of town. We haven't seen too many raindrops on our windshield. So as we've talked about before, that is slightly better because it can give you just a little bit of traction, but also don't let that give you a false sense of security because roads still slick, still snow covered, and a lot of slush out there, even on areas that are a little clearer. So just take it slow, give plenty of driving room, and we have been seeing plenty of plows out treating those roads. You see one just passing there the opposite way on Nicholasville. So yeah, as we said, just keep it slow out there on the roads, and we'll provide another update here in about a half hour. Live in Lexington, meteorologist Adam Burson. Back to you, Chris.
All right, Adam, stay safe out there, my man. Important to note, Adam is in the passenger side. He does have a driver for this while he's out there navigating the icy roads. And what will happen as we go through the rest of the day as we slowly make a transition over to freezing rain, which we hope that isn't the case. If we stay all sleet, you know what? That's fine. Let's stay all sleet. Let's not get into the freezing rain part of it. But unfortunately, areas from Lexington and east especially do have freezing rain that will be to come. And this is going to be an ice storm for many. We're likely to see additional power outages and some tree issues. A ice storm warning. This is our second in less than a week now for Lexington, Point South, and East. So the trend over the past 24 hours has been for that little bit of milder air upstairs. I mean, you were just seeing the temperature. It's 22 degrees in Lexington, and you're getting freezing rain to fall. So the trend has been for that warmer air just about 4,000 or 5,000 feet above the ground to get in there and melt those snowflakes into raindrops, and then the cold level where we live isn't thick enough for that to refreeze into pure snowflakes, so you're getting some freezing rain and sleet. So we've got that ice storm warning, winter storm warning to the north and northwest. This is where some areas may pick up, again, 1/4 to 1/2 or 3/4 of an inch of ice, but also the potential for sleet in there. So the more sleet we get, the better off we will all be. What has happened, you're getting that mixing that has pushed all the way back toward Interstate 65 now. Even with temperatures that are in the teens, you're getting sleet and some freezing rain showing up into parts of the region. You're looking at the radar and you're thinking, man, the radar tells me it's snowing outside. Radars are going to try to color code everything based on what they think the temperature is. Well, you see the temperatures out there. They're in the teens and 20s right now. So the radars are having a good old-fashioned Titanic struggle in picking out where the freezing rain is, where the sleet is, and any snows. But the best opportunity for pure snow is now north and west of the Lexington Metro. But this train that is coming at us in terms of moisture has a lot left in the tank. The actual low is still well back here to our south and southwest. So guys, hours of sleet and freezing rain going to take us right on through the evening. When we check back in with Adam Schott a little later, I bet the road conditions look even worse as time goes by.
All right, Chris, if there's one thing that we learned from Chris Bailey, it is to cheer for that sleet when we can. So we'll do that tonight. And we are closely watching the weather here in Lexington, where a snow emergency goes into effect tonight at 6.
WKYT's Victor Puente is live for us right now with an update. Victor, how does it look from your vantage point?
Yeah, well, Sam, it doesn't look as good as it did just a few hours ago. Now, last week, Mayor Linda Gordon held a press conference to talk about the city's response to the ice headed our way. Earlier today, she held another one for the same reason. As we were driving around earlier today, a lot of the main streets looked pretty good. Road crews had done a good job clearing them out. Side roads, though, were still solid white. But within the past hour and a half or so, Main Street has started to get a layer of sleet built up on it. It is starting to look covered. Mayor Linda Gordon has declared a Stage 1 snow emergency. That goes into effect at 6 o'clock. It requires drivers to remove their vehicles from roads that have been designated as snow emergency routes. Workers with Streets and Roads, they started salting and pre-treating at 8 o'clock last night. They told me they thought that helped quite a bit as the morning went on. And police said that they thought today being President's Day helped keep the traffic volume low. They worked about a dozen accidents since midnight, all of them non-injury. And we talked to one driver who said even though he was in a Chevy Camaro SS, he was still able to get around Lexington.
It's not been too bad. The hills and stuff are a little tricky, but once you get going, if you just take your time, it's not that bad. I believe it's going to get worse.
Of course, that was a few hours ago. Since then, the main roads have started to look a bit worse than that. Now, another issue with all of this potential ice coming, firefighters and police wanted to remind people to be aware of their heating sources. They said that not only because of the potential for fires, but also for carbon monoxide poisoning. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. You mentioned Mayor Linda Gordon, and she's joining us now live.
Mayor Gordon, good afternoon to you. Thanks for being with us. Certainly a long night ahead for a lot of folks. Tell us about the steps right now that you and the city are taking for folks in Lexington.
Well, thank you for having me. Well, right now, as you mentioned, I did declare a state of emergency for snow, and so we're very interested in getting the word out that people who are parked on snow emergency routes, which are well marked with signage, move their vehicles so that we can clear the roadways. And so we've worked with Lex Park downtown to open up all the garages that Lex Park runs, and they are free to people. So if you have to move your car off the street, move it into the one of the garages, the courthouse, the Helix, Victorian Square Transit Center, one of those, and get it off the street. And really, if people don't have to drive, please stay in and stay off the roads. It's sleeting at my house, and as it is all the way around. The crews are out working. They're on 12-hour shifts, and they will be night and day. to continue to clear the roads, treat the roads, and make them passable. So, those are some of the things we have going on. We've opened our warming centers. If people need a place to be warm, they're open till 7 o'clock tonight, and they'll open again at 9 in the morning. Dunbar Center on North Upper and the Senior Citizens Center out off of Richmond Road.
Mayor, you've declared a stage 1 emergency like you just expressed. Is there another stage you could go to if this becomes much worse? And what would that be?
There are other stages. There are 3 stages, and, they get worse in severity if the snowfall is heavy or the ice is worse, and they involve more closures and things like that. They also involve information on neighborhood roads and collectors and all of that. So is that we're hoping we don't have to go there.
Okay, I was just going to say, is that something, though, you could consider? It sounds like you could if it gets a lot worse.
Yes, it's all dependent on the weather. And, this isn't the only storm. We've got another one following this one. So we are prepared with salt. We've purchased more salt, and we will continue to do so as long as we need more. And so we just are on weather calls, our emergency management folks and others several times each day to be sure we understand what's coming our way.
And let's let people know one more time, Mayor, if for some reason they do happen to lose power and they need maybe one of those warming centers and they need maybe even additional help, what do they need to do? And tell us where those warming centers are again.
Yes, the warming centers are open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. One is at the Dunbar Center on North Upper Street, and one is the Lexington Senior Center out off of Richmond Road behind Southland Christian Church. They're not shelters. They don't have beds or food, but they are a place to get warm if you need to do that.
All right. Lexington Mayor Linda Gordon, thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, despite several rounds of wintry weather so far this year, it's been pretty rough. State leaders say Kentucky still has plenty of salt for the roads.
Some counties may have temporary shortages, but Transportation Secretary Jim Gray says the state can step in to help if necessary. He and other officials are asking folks to stay off the road so it is easier for crews to get out there and clear them.
And please, unless you need to be out and driving, don't do it.
This storm will impact most of our counties and should be considered a very dangerous system.
Secretary Gray says in some areas this afternoon and tonight they expect snow and ice to pile up maybe faster than they can get out and plow it. We are tracking conditions in Franklin County as well. WKYT's Chelsea Jones is there and has this update for us. And Chelsea, tell us about where it is, where you are, what it looks like right now.
Well, hello. There is quite a bit of sleet coming down here in Frankfort. About an hour and a half ago, the snow was coming down on and off, but now things have really picked up. Emergency management officials say the roads have been relatively safe throughout the day. They've been encouraging people to drive slowly. So far, not many accidents and no power outages. Officials with the Frankfort Plant Board say outages typically occur when there's a lot of ice. They explain ice in the trees can cause the branches to break and fall on power lines. Officials are monitoring the situation. Crews are on standby in case the weather gets bad and knocks out power.
Heroes. They're all heroes. They get out there and do it, something nobody else wants to do that has to be done.
Now, Frankfort officials are predicting about 1 to 2 inches of snow every hour. For now, live in Frankfort, Chelsea Jones, WKYT.
And this winter storm rolls on. Snow, sleet, freezing rain causing major issues through tonight. Then we've got another winter storm quickly on its heels for the middle of the week. We're tracking both just ahead.
WKYT News is brought to you by Paul Miller Ford.
It's Sleep Outfitters President's Day free-for-all with amazing free gifts valued up to $300. Get a free box spring with 18 Sealy Responser Outfitters mattresses set as low as $249. Interest-free financing and free premier delivery. Now at Sleep Outfitters.
Watch Kentucky Afield on Sundays, sponsored by Kurt Singer Sunrise Outfitters.
When you're in a car wreck, you know who to call.
Call Hughes and Coleman, 800-800-4600.
As the temperatures dropped, so did the leaves right into your gutters. Clogged gutters can lead to water damage, and that's where we come in here at Leafguard. Leafguard is the only seamless one-piece rainwater management system with a clog-free guarantee. And we attach it to the fascia using our patented hanger system with screws, not nails. We guarantee it's not coming down. Leafguard, get it and forget it. Now think about this, all of the heavy, wet debris in your gutters causing damage from the roof to the foundation. Eliminate that problem with Leafguard. Now remember, we install in the wintertime, and now you can take advantage of our winter blowout sale. 67% off labor, a $200 Lowe's gift card with the purchase of Leafguard. And if you call during this program, we're going to double your gift from $25 to a $50 Amazon gift card with your in-home estimate and free gutter inspection. Let me keep your gutters clean forever.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a zero or low plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery. Plus, extra benefits like free over-the-counter healthcare items, free transportation, free gym membership, and home-delivered meals. Get more access to care with WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a 24-hour nurse advice line. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-866-907-0255. That's 1-866-907-0255.
It's always devastating to lose a loved one, but it's especially hard when your loved one is taken from you intentionally or because of someone else's negligence. I'm attorney Darrell Isaacs. If your loved one was killed in a car or truck accident and another party is at fault, you could be entitled to significant money damages. There are strict time limits to file a wrongful death claim, so please call Isaacs and Isaacs today. We've recovered over $1 billion for our clients, and we're ready to get your loved one the justice they deserve.
Stay connected with WKYT on Instagram.
We continue with the WKYT First Alert Weather Day. We've been in Weather Day mode for the better part of the past week, and you know what? We're going to keep this rolling all week long. Why? Because it's not just this storm. We've got one coming in right behind it. We are looking live at Nicholasville Road and New Circle, and look at the roads in Lexington. You've got snow, or I should say sleet, and ice covering all the roads now across Fayette County. So this is what folks are dealing with right now. We've had a bit of a mix of some sleet and freezing rain for the past couple of hours. Keep your fingers crossed that this is mainly sleet into central Kentucky. The more sleet you get, the less the opportunity that you get for freezing rain to coat power lines and trees. It is 22 degrees, winds out of the northeast at 14, making it feel like 9 miles an hour. Let's go over to the capital city of Frankfort. A little bit ago, I was checking in on this cam, and we had a little better looking road. The sleet is coming down. You were seeing Chelsea's story out there. You could hear the sleet just pinging off her coat, and this is what it looks like there. Now, down the Mountain Parkway, this is the area I think that is of immediate concern for a true ice storm, because down the Mountain Parkway, this is more in freezing rain form. You already had ice on the trees to begin the day from last week, and now we're getting more freezing rain to add to that. We're going to take down some trees. We're going to take down some power lines. There you see the Mountain Parkway that has mainly ice that is on it. Ice storm warning is out for eastern, parts of central and southeastern sections of Kentucky. Winter storm warning to the north and west of that. The new call for ice and snowfall has a lot of sleet across central Kentucky now, and that includes parts of Lexington. Trying to figure out the depth of the warmer air aloft is a work in progress, because you know what? We don't have a thermometer that goes from the ground to the cloud, and you would need one over every county in Kentucky to figure out exactly where the warmer air is, just how thick it is, and whether or not it can produce a freezing rain, sleet, or just snow. That's what we're facing. So when we're trying to pick out precipitation types and where they're going to set up in an environment that features ground temperatures where we live into the upper teens and low 20s, and you're still getting freezing rain and sleet, folks, that's tough to do. And here's your ice storm potential from the Lexington area east and southeast. As Amber said earlier, cheer on the sleet. We've learned that since last week, and we're going to continue to cheer on the sleet at this point. Power outages, though, road conditions are going to be bad regardless if it's snow, sleet, or freezing rain. Going to be really concerned about the power issues going forward. Western Kentucky, we've had snow on and off for the better part of the past several hours. Central, eastern Kentucky, this is just some flat-out freezing rain. From Moorhead down 519 toward West Liberty, you get into the 460 corridor, eastbound on 64. Radar says it's snowing, obviously, because the temperatures are in the upper teens and low 20s, but it is actually sleet and some freezing rain. And the farther south we go on 75, we run into the sleet. We got sleet, freezing rain across Lake Cumberland. Here's your low, still back here to the west. So we've got this little curlicue, a comma head, that is going to work its way on in, even as the surface low makes its way through the region. Look at the temperatures. It is 22 Lexington, 21 into Covington. Draw your attention to southeastern Kentucky. Notice every thermometer is below freezing except Harlan at 36 degrees. Now we start to get into the higher elevations of southeastern Kentucky, so they're spiking up there in the atmosphere, giving us an idea that that warmer air aloft is there. But it just so happens the temperature down here in Harlan, where the elevation's higher, is up into that milder air. 9 is the wind chill in Lexington, by the way. So as we go through the evening, we're going to see that, try to make a transition over to a period of snow before it tapers off, and look at those temperatures tomorrow morning. Wind chills are going to be below 0. We'll see some light snows as we go into the day tomorrow. 7-day forecast. Guys, we have no time to take a breath after this, because by Wednesday, snow is back in here, and could be snow, sleet, freezing rain Wednesday night, Thursday, and into early Friday.
Thank you, Chris. We just received word, Amber, that the Fayette County Public School System has declared the first regular snow day tomorrow.
Yeah. That means no NTI, virtual. K through 12 were supposed to return to in-person. That is no longer happening. So again, tomorrow is a regular old snow day here in Fayette County. By the way, makeup for that day will be March 19th. Offices are closed for the Fayette County Public School System, watching the weather very closely like a lot of folks.
Isn't it amazing? We have gone months, the kids have gone months, the teachers have gone months wanting to get back in the classroom, and then this hit.
And there's also something, too, about just a regular old snow day. I don't know about that, but I think even as big kids, we love a snow day.
Oh, so, immediately. Yeah.
It's going to happen tomorrow.
All right. After the break, we'll get a live look at current conditions in Laurel County and an update to power outages across our coverage area. Stay with us.
The WKYT First Alert weather team is tracking it all.
First Alert Radar Network is tracking everything falling from the sky.
It's ice. It gets on the lines. It gets on the trees. This is a very dangerous situation.
We've had to stop a couple of times to clear off the ice on the windshield.
We also have limbs coming down.
We have live First Alert weather team coverage.
This black top has turned into black ice.
Crews are working to take care of some power lines that went down.
Standing for you when winter hits. WKYT First Alert weather.
I went food shopping at the supermarket. It had rained a lot. As I'm stepping into the place, I just slipped and went flying. I found out that I had a broken kneecap. Morgan & Morgan didn't accept the offer from the insurance company because it was not what I deserved. And I asked my attorney, I said, why would they even offer me that? And he said, because people take it. He says, we're not taking it. And we went to trial, and the jury ruled in my favor. I would highly recommend them 100 times over.
Well, most people have a ladder, but this got my attention. It's listed as one of the top 5 most dangerous tools according to Popular Mechanics magazine. Avoid climbing the ladder to clean out the gutters. Put up the ladder, go to the phone and call Leafguard today. Look at Leafguard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed, with more than 1 million satisfied customers.
They've been first rate from the beginning to the end.
Right now, I would give them definitely a 10.
They're a 10 plus, easily in my book.
And if you don't want to climb a ladder, put your hands in that cold water in the wintertime to clean out the gutters, call Leafguard now. We can install Leafguard in most cases in less than a day. And you can take advantage of the winter blowout sale. 67% off labor. A $200 Lowe's gift card with the purchase of Leafguard. And if you call during this program, we have a nice gift for you. In fact, we're going to double your gift from a $25 to a $50 Amazon gift card with your in-home estimate and free gutter inspection.
When you're named the #1 hospital in Kentucky for 5 straight years, it comes with enormous responsibility. A responsibility that we're honored to hold. It means that no healthcare challenge is too big or too small. It means that we will always show the best of us. It means that we are the hospital to meet the healthcare needs of the Commonwealth. The best in Kentucky, the best for Kentucky. UK Healthcare, the power of advanced medicine.
Watch WKYT on all your streaming devices.
Welcome back in. We are expecting more power outages into the night. Some areas are still without power right now. Nearly 12,000 households are still in the dark. Most of them are in eastern Kentucky. Those areas have been without power now for almost a week, and it could be longer as this storm system moves through. In southern Kentucky overnight, freezing rain created a lot of problems there for drivers. Roads, including Interstate 75, look like a skating rink.
Our Phil Pendleton is live now in London with what it looks like there. And Phil, I understand you're standing on ice.
Yes, it's solid ice here, Sam. This entire area here is it's like a skating rink. You just about need ice skates. This parking lot behind me, it's nothing but solid ice. It's been a very busy day for first responders. And just in the last 15 minutes or so, I've learned of another very, very bad accident on Interstate 75 between London and Mount Vernon around the 55 to 56 mile marker. In fact, Scotty Pennington with State Police has just told me they've shut down Interstate 75 once again. Now, this is the third time since last night the Interstate 75 between Rockcastle and Laurel counties has been shut down. Again, the 55 mile marker in Mount Vernon, the interstate has been shut down on Interstate 75 because of what we have just now learned also is a deadly accident. Now, we also spoke with Laurel County officials. They talked to us about what is a very, very busy night for their first responders.
Injury crashes on the interstate, injury crashes on county roads, property damage, accidents, people sliding over into the ditch. Nobody could drive on it because it was solid ice.
And again, the problem is ongoing here. It looks okay. The main roads are in pretty decent shape, but just as you think it's going to be fine, another bad crash. That's what Kentucky State Police are telling me. It's one crash after another all day long here today. It looks good, and then it's bad. It looks good, and then it's bad. And they say that it's not going to get any better today, tonight, or maybe even tomorrow. Live in Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
So once again, Phil's reporting that I-75 has been shut down between Rockcastle County and Laurel County near the 55 mile marker, possibly involving a death. It's serious out there.
Yeah, and you can see right where Phil was standing in that parking lot, it looks wet just to the eye, but you step on it, you drive on it, and it's sheer ice there, so do be careful.
We'll be right back after the break as we continue to track this winter storm.
Before you see it anywhere else, you'll see it on WKYT's Facebook.
Every new Ram has 0% or bonus cash during our President's Day event at Man Chrysler. Hurry before this term is up. Man, what a deal.
Man Chrysler in Maysville, Mount Sterling, Richmond, and at manmountsterling.com.
Take a look at Leafguard. The top's not a cover, it's part of the gutter. Now, with the other guys, they say, oh, you see your gutter with all those leaves in it, that open-faced gutter? Here's what we're going to do. Save you some money. Use the old gutter and put a top, a cover, or a mesh over your old gutters. With those guys, you get half a new system, still have your old gutter. Not with Leafguard. You get the only one-piece seamless rainwater management system with a clog-free guarantee. Hey, when you call in today, be sure to ask about Refer A. Tell a friend about Leafguard, you get cash back. Tell enough friends, you could get free gutters. And now you can take advantage of our winter blowout sale. Look at this, 67% off labor on Leafguard. A $200 Lowe's gift card with the purchase of Leafguard if you call during this program. Last chance in this program to call to get the bonus. We're going to double your gift from a $25 to a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate and gutter inspection. Leafguard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed.
Find your perfect match at Don Franklin Somerset Kia. Drive away in the all-new 2021 Kia K5 LX for only $299 per month. Or get the all-new 2021 Kia Sorento LX for only $369 per month. Hurry into Don Franklin Kia, now at stoplight number 2 in Somerset.
Why do you need a Social Security lawyer? Applying for disability benefits is complicated.
If you don't answer the questions carefully, you can hurt your case.
If you have a hearing, there may be witnesses representing the government. Today, more and more Kentuckians are being denied. You want an experienced Social Security lawyer. You want Kentucky courage.
Call 1-800-55-WILDCAT. Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer. There's no fee unless you win benefits.
Do you suffer with knee pain due to arthritis? Do you have Medicare or private insurance? Then the Arthritis and Knee Pain Center of Lexington has great news for you.
We're specialists in the treatment of knee and joint pain with state-of-the-art, non-surgical treatments designed to replace the cushioning in your joints.
It hurt real bad walking around and trying to do things.
But after you get it, you feel a little bit more confident and you don't have the pain.
These aren't traditional joint injections. They are precisely targeted, FDA-approved treatments that place a pain-relieving, lubricating gel directly into the joint, providing comfort, pain relief, and improved joint mobility. Even better, Medicare and most major private insurance cover this procedure.
It's enabled me to go years without knee replacement.
Call now to schedule your risk-free screening. There's no obligation. Get the pain relief you deserve now.
Call 1-833-781-7457 or visit arthritis-kneepain.com.
The role of a journalist is to bring Americans a greater understanding. We have to make sure that we're right, that we're fair, but also hopefully bring Americans closer together.
Drive off like you're the chief executive during the President's Day event at Man Chrysler. Get 0% financing and 0 down.
Man, what a deal. Man Chrysler in Maysville, Mount Sterling, Richmond, and at manchrysler.com.
Closed captioning on WKYT is sponsored by Cumberland Valley National Bank. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon to you. We continue our coverage of this major winter storm hitting Kentucky right now.
And most of the area is now expected to get another significant hit of sleet and ice on top of last week's storm. Fayette County Public Schools have closed for tomorrow. It is a regular snow day, no in-person, no NTI, and no virtual learning. Today is another WKYT First Alert Weather Day. Chris, we have a report now of I-75 being shut down and a death on the interstate.
Yeah, it's in Rockcastle County. That was from our Phil Pendleton, who was into the freezing rain part of this storm. We've got a traffic cam that is showing what it looks like here along Interstate 75. Obviously, we're not in, this camera isn't where the accident and the fatality is in the backup right now, but you can see what we're dealing with. This is freezing rain that is falling. So you're looking at the roads and you're actually seeing some pavement. Well, that's because it's ice and it's clear. So you're looking at it, kind of looks a little wet, but that is just a skating rink. And Phil was out doing a little skating for us earlier. Now contrast that view with what we have in Lexington. This is Nicholasville Road and New Circle. So you can see how the roads here are covered in sleet. Sleet gives you better traction than what we were just looking at on Interstate 75. But if you do a compare and contrast, and I said, okay, which road is in worse shape right now? You'd pick this one all day long. But you get better traction on sleet than you do with ice and freezing rain like they're seeing here across southern Kentucky. 22 Lexington, wind chill at 9, still with an ice storm warning that is out for much of eastern Kentucky and a winter storm warning for the rest of the state where this is more sleet and some more snow in there. But boy, that sleet, and with that warm layer that is just above the earth, that sleet factor is going way back here to the west, to Louisville, down to Bowling Green right now. And that is cutting into those snow totals out here, because the more hours you spend in sleet, you know what, less snow you're going to be getting out of this. Meteorologist Adam Bernison is out and about right now, joining us from downtown Lexington. And Adam, you're on North Lime, and things are looking a little rough, buddy.
Yeah, it's not looking good on a lot of these smaller roads out there. Pretty much any road we were on just earlier on Nicholasville. And you see a lot of slush earlier on this road. There was hardly even this slush. It was all just snow covered and slick. So it is very slow going out there around much of our region. I was looking at the traffic maps earlier, and everywhere is showing orange, reds. So obviously people are taking it slow, which is good to see, because we don't want to be going too fast out there. The good note that we've been talking about, though, is that it is all sleet right now here in Lexington. We hear it on our windshield, and that provides a little traction, but don't let that get your guard down, because roads are still slick. So keep it slow, keep your distance, and we're going to be heading into New Circle Road here soon, and we'll be checking out that road, and we'll have another update here in about a half hour or so. So live in Lexington, I'm meteorologist Adam Bernison. Back to you, Chris.
All right, Adam, stay safe out there, my man. Again, we'll check back with you a little bit. But what Adam is talking about there is mostly sleet that is falling in Lexington. And I'm telling you, folks, this is the best news you can get for the entire day, is to say we're getting a sleet storm, because you don't want the true ice storm or freezing rain anywhere. Unfortunately, some of us are still going to get it, and that is likely now just to the east and southeast of Lexington. So following this is a work in progress. We call this nowcasting. Because you've got that warm layer aloft. Everybody's way below freezing, but precipitation types are all over the place because of that warmer air that is just upstairs. So right now, your best potential for this true ice storm that can bring down trees, power lines, is just to the east of Lexington. We get into Clark County, Montgomery County, Moorhead, Ashland, down toward Pike, Hazard, the Perry County area, then back into Lake Cumberland. That's the area that can just get the hammer dropped on them by significant amounts of freezing rain. Now, farther to the west, as I continue to see more sleet, we may have some local amounts of 3 inches of just sleet. From a weather perspective, I can't tell you how rare that is to get that much sleet falling. And that's what we're dealing with. Still, though, we're going to be on guard for power outages. We know the roads are an absolute mess. That is a given no matter what your precipitation type is. So here's the radar. Yeah, don't just look at the colors. They're fancy colors. They're going to tell you a little fib right now, because they're trying to pinpoint exactly where the sleet, snow, freezing rains are, lines are. But guys, most of this from 65 east is either freezing rain or sleet. Then you get into snow across northern and western parts of the region.
Chris, thank you. Of course, Adam giving us a perspective of what some of the roads here in Lexington look like. We know that they're already slick in Lexington, certainly in other areas as well. You're being urged to stay home tonight if you can.
A snow emergency goes into effect tonight at 6 here in the city. WKYT's Victor Puente is tracking conditions in Lexington. He joins us now live with an update. Hey, Victor.
Yeah, we've seen those road conditions continue to deteriorate over the last hour or so. Crews have done a pretty good job of clearing most of the main roads, but that sleet has kept falling, and now here on Main Street, you can see it starting to build up. Lexington police told us they only had about a dozen accidents between midnight and 1:30 today. They think people staying home for the holidays may have limited the number of people who are on the road. But as the evening goes on, they know they'll be busy, and the Sheriff's Department will also be helping transport people who need to get out of the cold, or those who work in healthcare or need treatment. And Fire Chief Jason Wells, he told us his crews were also prepared. They've got chainsaws and portable generators if ice does start to bring down trees and power lines. And because of this snow emergency, anyone parked on emergency routes will need to move their cars.
We don't want to tow anyone, but snow will accumulate on our roads and more snow and ice are expected. We need to be able to plow these snow routes that requires that parked vehicles be moved.
Now, in response to the potential power outages, Lexington is opening up warming centers at the Dunbar Center and the Senior Center on Richmond Road. Those will be open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. today and tomorrow. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. A major concern going into tonight is power outages. We still have more than 10,000 homes and businesses in the dark from last week's ice storm.
You can see here on the map, most of those outages are in far northeastern Kentucky. We're joined now by Joe Arnold with Kentucky Electric Cooperative. Joe, welcome. Bring us up to date on where you're at and how these crews are dealing with this weather as it becomes worse.
Well, it was very discouraging to hear Chris's forecast just now as far as that exact line that was clobbered last week and just to the southeast, getting that ice in later on today and tonight, because that's they're already facing very thick ice. In fact, we had one of our linemen sent us a photograph that I was already showing an inch of ice on a line they were working on. That's even before this additional ice coming in. Just horrible working conditions, frankly, very challenging terrain, especially up, as you pointed out, the northeast section there, and that's served by Grayson Rural Electric. Very, very tough terrain there. About half of the power lines and poles aren't even accessible by road in the first place. You have to use ATVs and other machinery and such to be able to get back there. Now, of course, you have this ice falling, and who's to say what happens here? But we're very, very concerned because this forecast does not portend well.
Well, Joe, we've actually got a picture there from Montgomery County that you sent us, so we want folks to take a look at it. It's on the screen now. You can see an inch of ice already on that power line. So talk to us about how much these lines can hold before they start to snap when you start to see pictures like that.
You know, for the most part, the number you often hear is a quarter inch of ice, and anything over that becomes problematic. And then, of course, you talk about a half inch or a quarter, 3/4 of an inch and up to the inch like you saw there in Montgomery County. It can really be, I hate to say it, but catastrophic. You're talking about a prolonged power outage because the whole system can come down. That's roughly back in 2009, you'll recall, of course, the ice storm to end all ice storms. That was about an inch of ice. So the problem of it, on top of everything else, of course, and I don't mean to, to pile on, but I guess the ice is you have last week's ice. They're still recovering from that, these co-ops here. You have tonight's ice, and then you have this other storm system coming in Wednesday and Thursday. So, and amidst everything else, of course, these line technicians are trying to work on that. I will tell you that they're not doing it alone. Other co-ops from other parts of the state that aren't as adversely affected are coming in to help. And I just got a phone call about 5 minutes ago. Even more crews are coming in from Georgia. So we have now more than 80 linemen coming in from Georgia to help restore our power here now.
It's got to be exhausting work, Joe, and it's good news to hear that you're getting help from even out of state. That must be a big help because they've been going since last week, your guys.
That's right. Long hours, long days, and, of course, very challenging conditions. But, they've done it before. That's one thing. I mean, the very co-ops that are coming in to help us here in Georgia are from Georgia. Our co-ops went down to help them when they suffered hurricane damage. So they're used to working these very long hours, really for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And I'm not a lineman. I have such deep appreciation and respect for what they do because it's almost like a military mission mindset. They are going to stick in there and do whatever it takes to get the job done. And we just are begging for patience for those folks who are adversely affected. We're not minimizing at all what they're going through, especially the folks in this area here who've been out since Wednesday and Thursday. We know it's very tough for them. Just know that we're trying and our linemen are out there and they're extremely dedicated.
Well, it's been a long week for these crews. It will be a long night for them as they continue the work. Joe Arnold there with the Kentucky Electric Cooperatives. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Well, roads, as we know, they're getting slick out there. They're also getting slick in Scott County. Our Grace Feinerman is in Georgetown watching the conditions there closely. She joins us now live. Grace, talk to us about where you are now. How is it there?
Well, Amber, I've been in Georgetown all day, and I can tell you the roads have gotten significantly worse without the past hour or two. But take a look. As you can see, the slush is really starting to build up. And I can also tell you that what's coming down now feels a lot more to me like sleet than it does like snow. But Georgetown Mayor Tom Prather says the back-to-back-to-back storms are impacting the ability to clear the streets. He says there will be emergency transportation for medical professionals and emergency medical deliveries. I spoke with Eddie Hart, the public information officer for the Scott County Sheriff's Office, who says that there's not many cars on I-75, thankfully, and he says the best advice he can give is for everybody to just stay home.
There's no reason to take any risks and go out in this weather. Only people that really need to be on the road are first responders and people who have to get to essential jobs.
It seems staying in with some hot cocoa and a good book may be the move for today, because Hart says the weather will continue to not be so great for the next couple of hours. Live in Georgetown, Grace Feinerman, WKYT.
Grace, be safe out there. Thank you. Now, road crews in eastern Kentucky are out in force trying to get as far ahead as they can before more ice and snow hits the area. WKYT's Chad Hedrick is back in Moorhead Live with us with a simple message from officials there. Chad?
Well, Sam, a simple message from road crews. It's just 4 words: stay off the roads, especially as best as you can. I can tell you in the last hour and a half or so, we've really seen a mix of sleet and some freezing rain here. It's mostly sleet at this point, though. And it is starting to add up on the roads. A plow just went by here on Kentucky 32, which is the connector from 64 into downtown Moorhead. But they're still out there working. They've been doing these 12-hour shifts, and that they've haven't really gotten much of a break since last week when we were live out here with that first system. They said they got a little bit of a chance to recharge over the weekend, but they're now out there in full force again right now. And this is how fast that this ice and the slush is starting to build up on roads here. 32 was clear about an hour and a half ago. It's very slushy. I was out getting video in a neighborhood, and just within the few minutes that I was out of my car and got back in, there was a little bit of slush on the windshield already. So that just tells you how fast that this is adding up here onto the road. So I just hung up with KYTC officials getting an update about the attack plan. Also, what's next, going into tonight. They say that this is not going to be a one-day clear and everything is good to go. These cold temperatures are really going to hinder them as they try to clear these roadways, and then we have the threat of more later this week. We'll talk about that next time I join you in an hour. But for now, live in Moorhead, Chad Hedrick, WKYT.
All right, thank you, Chad. Stay safe out there, my man. Here we are, though, with sleet and freezing rain really taking control of the overall setup. We'll let you know what that means going forward. Up next.
Why am I so calm right now? Because this isn't a spy thriller. This is a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 13 models.
Tick-tock, time's running out.
The shot at the buzzer, and it's good! Yeah. I tell you, he has ice in his veins.
Oh, Larry, it's freezing in here. Get up and call Fayette Heating and Air.
No heat? Get a $59 system check today. Fayette Heating and Air.
Family owned for more than 100 years. Quality service, friendly faces. The Marlowe Transmission.
Find your perfect match at Don Franklin Somerset Kia. Drive away in the all-new 2021 Kia K5 LX for only $299 per month. Or get the all-new 2021 Kia Sorento LX for only $369 per month. Hurry into Don Franklin Kia. Now at stoplight number 2 in Somerset.
At Baptist Health, we want you to know the facts. Visit BaptistHealthTalks.com to view a video of Dr. Monica Vetter on gynecological surgery using Da Vinci robotics. Baptist Health Lexington. Be a healthier you.
The most important thing in the Chevy Equinox is not forward collision alert or automatic emergency braking. No, the most important thing in the Equinox isn't any of the advanced safety features we've put into it. It's what you put into it. Chevy Safety Assist, standard on every 2021 Chevy Equinox.
Get a $4,000 cash allowance on most 2021 Equinox models. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
John went into the hospital for a simple surgery and died 3 days later. I deserved an answer. What went wrong? After 35 attorneys, I finally found Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan looked at it in a different perspective. They did the fight and they won. I had the closure that I need to start rebuilding my life. Thank God I had Morgan & Morgan.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Kroger, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
If you're deciding between a Toyota or a Honda, you gotta run the numbers. This stylish Corolla beats Honda Civic with 169 horsepower and 40 miles per gallon. And with 4 exciting new Camrys, including a road-gripping all-wheel drive, which you can't even get on a Honda Accord. It's no wonder Camry is #1. Lease a new 21 Corolla now for just $129 a month, or for just $209 a month. Lease a new Camry all-wheel drive. Toyota beats Honda. Just run the numbers. Toyota, let's go places.
The Opera House Fund presents Mini Golf on Broadway, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at Lexington Opera House. Visit lexingtonoperahouse.com for more information.
Why am I so calm right now? Because this isn't a spy thriller. This is a Nissan sales event ad.
Get a low $229 per month lease on the 2021 Nissan Rogue.
Tick-tock, time's running out.
WKYT First Alert Weather Day, sleet, freezing rain, kicking into high gear right now. Those rates are really going to go up here in Lexington. Lexington starting to make the transition to freezing rain as of right now. This is one of those setups to where you kind of go back and forth between sleet, freezing rain. You just don't want it to be all freezing rain. We don't need any freezing rain, but we'll take an alternating precipitation type at this point. 22 degrees. Look at the roads, by the way. This is off Tates Creek and Cooper, I believe, and that's what we're seeing. You see the icicles? Those aren't from today. Those icicles are from last week's storm. So that's what we're dealing with. The wind chill is at 9. Frankfort roads continue to turn completely treacherous with a lot of sleet and freezing rain falling. We've had more sleet there. So this ice storm is showing up upwards of 2, or now I could see some areas getting 3 inches of sleet out of this. 3 inches of sleet. And folks are saying, okay, where's the snow? I get it. Trust me, I'd much rather have snow than sleet or freezing rain too. But to see a storm produce 2 or 3 inches of sleet just is very, very uncommon, unusual. Now, the problem is for the areas getting all freezing rain. Some trees are going to come down, some power lines will come down as well. You were looking, we were doing some stuff coming out of the cooperatives just a little bit ago, the power company showing the potential that is out there. That shot out of Montgomery County, where you had one of the electric wires that was covered in 1 inch of ice. Can you imagine adding just a little more onto that? It's an ice storm warning that is out for much of our region. So with the sleet just continuing to come down all the way back toward the Ohio River, the more sleet, the less snow. That's how it goes. So we've got some of us in central Kentucky, the majority of us are going to see more sleet than actual snow from this. Now, kids, you can still get out and play in some sleet. You just can't make a snowball because this is just crunchy stuff and just throw pellets at each other. That's ice pellets. That's what sleet is. Farther to the east, this area in the pink, this is the trouble area. This is where we have, last check, roughly 12,000 without electric still. Courtesy of last week's storm. We're probably going to add to that with additional rounds of freezing rain and some snow. So across eastern Kentucky, freezing rain is pouring down. Mountain Parkway, going to have all kinds of issues. We're likely going to see roads that are shut down. I know we got a shutdown right now in Rockcastle County along Interstate 75 with a deadly pileup there. And you can see this going all the way down to the Tennessee border. Farther to the southwest, looks like it's snowing, but the radar is just trying to play catch up with the crazy temperature profile of the atmosphere from the clouds down to the ground. So you've got this sprawling storm that this morning we had snow and sleet in the Gulf of Mexico. Think of that one. We had snow and sleet falling over the Gulf of Mexico today. Yesterday you had the entire state of Texas, for the first time in recorded history, with every county in Texas. And Texas ain't no small state, kids. You had every county there that was under a winter storm warning. 22 Lexington, and we still are fighting precipitation types. Yet in southeastern Kentucky, look at Harlan, we've edged up to 37. But 30 just to your north in Hazard, you've got all this freezing rain. Look at the wind chill, 9 Lexington, 5 in Madisonville. We got a storm behind this one. So I know, kids, you wanted snow out of this. Mother Nature had different ideas. Sleet, freezing rain. Precipitation is all there. I mean, this storm didn't miss by any stretch of the imagination. It just decided to give us precipitation in a different form. Light snow tomorrow, frigid tomorrow night, single digits, and then here we snow again into Wednesday and Thursday. Initially it's snow, then by Thursday, guys, that winter storm is likely to bring freezing rain and sleet and snow back into the area.
All right, Chris, thank you. Still ahead, you're going to hear from officials about what the state government is doing to keep everyone safe during this winter storm.
Before you see it anywhere else, you'll see it on WKYT's Twitter.
You gotta take it day by day. No one's gonna tell me what I can and cannot do.
Once I start running, I'm not stopping.
Keep moving forward no matter what they say.
I've never taken a week off.
My motivation is my son.
Everything that I have, I've worked so hard for.
Is everybody ready to get to work?
A new Tough as Nails. Watch Wednesday or stream anytime on CBS.
Hi, everybody. Back on the road with BJ Worzen, owner of West Shore Home, for another on-site one-day bath remodel. Hey, BJ.
Good morning, Joe. I'm super excited to show you another bath transformation today, so why don't we head right over to the bathroom and check it out. All right, Joe, so what you see here is a really typical bath that we replace. Now, this is a one-piece fiberglass unit that's typically used in new construction to cut costs. And as you can see, the walls don't even make it the whole way up to the shower head, which leaves it exposed and causes mold and rot. Now, these units typically have a coating on them, but only after a few short years, it starts to wear off, and they start to show their age, and you can start to see some stains.
So, BJ, this is really a routine project for your crew, a complete tear-out and a full shower installation in one day.
That's right, Joe. We do thousands of these every year, and we're going to take out this old tub and replace it with an easy step-in shower for improved safety and a modern upgrade.
Can't wait to see it. Okay, the old unit is out. They made that look really easy. Time now to install a fresh new shower. Now we're talking. Take a look at this. It has a whole new feel. So fresh and so modern. I love the low step. They got the grab bar for added stability. They did a textured floor. This is beautiful and so modern. Folks, this morning, this was an old bathtub. This afternoon, it's a beautiful, safe step-in shower. If you've been thinking about replacing your old bath, call the number on your screen right now. Get a free quote on a bath replacement and take advantage of this great offer. Replace your old shower or bath for as little as $99 a month. And when you call right now, you'll get free installation on your shower or bath project. Don't miss this great offer. Call the bath experts at West Shore Home now.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on Mix 94.5.
Emergency officials in Kentucky are keeping a close eye on conditions during this storm. Emergency Management Director Michael Dossett says the state has a number of agencies on standby right now. That includes search and rescue teams and the National Guard. He says the state is closely watching power and water systems to make sure that everything stays functional during this weather.
Basically, we coordinate across all agencies, both local and state. And in some cases, for federal assistance, we are leveraging data from the Weather Service, data from all of our cabinets in terms of folks that have boots on the ground.
Dossett says the state is looking especially at southeastern Kentucky. It is an area still dealing with the aftermath of last week's storm.
One person is dead after an overnight crash in Carter County. It happened about 1 this morning near the Olive Hill exit of I-64. Police say a car went off the right shoulder. The driver overcorrected. The car slid and hit the side by a semi-truck. 43-year-old Angel Johnson from Moorhead was thrown from the car. Police say she was not wearing a seatbelt at the time. So that makes, we believe, 2 deaths at least, Amber. 1 today. We're hearing from I-75 and one early this morning from I-64.
And as this weather continues, Chris, we've got crews fanned out, and we've already seen just in the last hour, you know, in some places it's sleeting, other places we're seeing that freezing rain.
Exactly right. This is a forecast where one forecast, you know, it never fits everybody, but certainly in a case like this, nailing precipitation types, even from one part of the city to the other in Lexington right now is a challenge because it's not the same. But you were mentioning the fatality potentially on Interstate 75 in Rockcastle County. This is what it looks like now in Rockcastle County with freezing rain. You can see the drop showing up on our cam. So we've got ice, we got freezing rain, sleet, and some snow, and team coverage is going to continue right here on WKYT coming up here in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Find your perfect match at Don Franklin Lexington Nissan. During the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event, get the all-new 2021 Rogue for as low as $25,401, or lease the all-new 2021 Altima for only $239 per month. Hurry into Don Franklin Lexington Nissan.
When I was in a wreck, it felt like my life was shattered into 1,000 pieces. So I called the hammer.
I'm attorney Darrell Isaacs. Solving problems is what we do. We'll work hard to put the pieces of your life back together and fight to get you the money you deserve for your injuries, lost wages, and pain and suffering.
Calling the hammer really paid off. They made the insurance company pay up. The hammer got me $800,000.
In a wreck, one call, that's all.
Call 800-800-8888.
Take advantage of monumental discounts during the President's Day sale at Mattress Overstock. Save up to $800 on name brand adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months and free delivery. Shop local at any of our 5 locations or buy online at mattressoverstock.us.
Nominate your senior on WKYT.com for WKYT's Salute to Seniors.
When Kentuckians face a cancer diagnosis, they want the latest research, the best treatment options, the most advanced care. That's why Kentuckians come to UK Healthcare's Markey Cancer Center when it matters most. And it's why we've been named the top cancer center in Kentucky and one of the best in the nation by U.S. News Best Hospitals. UK Healthcare's Markey Cancer Center, the power of advanced medicine.